The worst deaths in every sport. The worst I've been injured. I tore my hip flexor running track in like 8th grade. To be honest, right? That really hurt, right? I know much worse stuff can happen. So let's see what happens, guys. Let's go.
Jack Trice, American football. On October 6, 1923, Jack Trice took the field as Iowa State's starting defensive tackle. He stood 6 feet tall and weighed 200 pounds. Early in the game, he sustained an injury to his shoulder during a collision.
Oh no. Something bad's gonna happen. Based off that, something bad's gonna happen, bro. Just say he was okay. And he died? No, are you kidding me?
But he kept playing. In the third quarter, Jack attempted a rolling block on an offensive play. He landed on his back. Several Minnesota players trampled over him. Their cleats tore into his abdomen and chest. The weight crushed down on his internal organs. Jack could not get up. His teammates helped him off the field. Team doctors examined him briefly on the sideline. They saw the shoulder injury, but missed everything else happening inside his body. After the game, Jack was taken to a Minneapolis hospital for evaluation. Doctors cleared him to travel. They told him to rest. The team boarded the train back to Ames that evening. Jack lay on a makeshift...
Yo, sue the hospital like crazy. Yo, I can't lie, sue the hospital like crazy.
On the Titanic.
Yo, you're telling me they said he was fine after all that happened into his chest and abdomen? No.
A straw mattress in a railroad car. The train rocked and swayed through the night. Nobody realized he was dying. The overnight journey was rough. Trice began having trouble breathing. When the train arrived in Ames on Sunday at 1 a.m., he was immediately taken to the campus hospital. His condition worsened throughout the day. Doctors discovered his injuries were far more severe than initially thought. His collarbone was broken. His abdomen and intestines were so severely damaged that surgery was too dangerous to attempt. Internal bleeding was spreading through his body. On Monday afternoon, October 8th, 1923, around 3 o'clock, Jack Trice died from internal bleeding due to severe abdominal injuries.
Okay, well, that doesn't seem... okay, now not to be insensitive, but that doesn't seem that bad. that doesn't seem that bad. Look, there's definitely worse that could happen, bro. He just... I mean, it's bad. I mean, rest in peace him, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, he died and all that. But, like, come on. That's gotta be like... That's not... Bro, it's gonna be worse. Hold up. You know, I always wondered that, bro. Yo, internal bleeding makes no sense. Why? Bro, I'm bleeding internally right now. If I cut myself, I'm bleeding, you know? I just start bleeding externally. I'm internally bleeding? I'm not dying? What? Bro, I'm like, this is what I don't be getting, bro. Y'all gotta start understanding me.
Lane Frost, bull riding. On July 30th, 1989, Lane Frost walked through the gates at Cheyenne Frontier Days in Wyoming. He was 25 years old and one of professional rodeo's brightest stars. He had won the world championship in 1987, and people recognized him wherever he went. That afternoon, the draw assigned him a bull named Taken Care of Business. The bull had a reputation among riders. Big, strong, unpredictable. But Frost had ridden tougher bulls before. Behind the chutes, Frost prepared his equipment. He wrapped his hand in rosin. He adjusted his rope while other cowboys wished him luck. The crowd noise grew louder as his ride approached. The gate opened.
He was getting ready. Yeah, let's go.
Exploded into the arena. The bull bucked and spun. Frost's body moved with the bull's rhythm. Riders need to last 8 seconds on the bull. The clock ticked down and the buzzer sounded. Frost had made a successful 85-point ride. He dismounted and landed on his feet in the dirt. The ride was over. The bullfighters were moving in to distract the animal. That was when something unexpected happened. Taken Care of Business turned back toward Frost. Normally, bulls are expected to run away after a dismount. But this one came back. It lowered its head and drove its horn forward.
No, that's bad stuff, man. Like, I saw it coming, but come on, that's bad stuff. That's nothing good. You telling me the bull just, like he was happy. The crowd was erupting with noise. He won. He's like, yes. But then a bull comes to just ruin his day. Not even his day, his whole life.
The horn struck Frost in the back with tremendous force. It penetrated his body and tore through his internal organs. The impact lifted him off his feet and threw him forward into the mud. Bullfighters rushed between Frost and the bull. They waved their arms and shouted to draw the animal away. Medical personnel ran into the arena. Frost lay face down in the dirt. He was not moving. The paramedics turned him over, but his face was covered in mud. He was not breathing. Lane Frost was rushed to the hospital, but was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. The horn had caused massive internal hemorrhaging. Philip Hughes.
Oh, that's it? Okay. See, some of these are not so bad. I mean, he just got like rammed through with a bull. His internal organs were a little bit messed up, but other than that, he was chilling. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, come on, it's not that bad. Anyway, cricket. How do you die in cricket?
Cricket. On November 25th, 2014,
Okay.
Philip Hughes arrived at Sydney Cricket Ground for a domestic Sheffield Shield match. Hughes was 25 years old when he played for South Australia against New South Wales.
Yeah.
He was also a member of Australia's national team.
Oh, so
This
he's
was supposed to be
Australian.
routine, just another domestic match. A few moments later, the New South Wales bowler Sean Abbott began his run-up.
I got like
He
a 60
released the
something.
ball. It was a bouncer designed to rise toward the batsman's chest and head area. Hughes read the delivery and decided to play a pull shot. He tried to hit the ball to the leg side, but he misjudged the bounce slightly. Instead of the ball arriving at chest height where he expected it,
Oh, hit
the
his.
ball
Oh no! Hit his neck and doom. Do it. Ah!
rose higher. The ball struck the left side
Literally
of Hughes's
in the
neck
name.
just below his helmet, rupturing his vertebral artery. The spot was unprotected. It was at the
He
base of
got
his
kirked. He dead got kirked. Yo, they did him like Charlie Kirk, but they cricket. Yo, they cricket kirked him. Yo, I need to work on my jokes, bro. Holy smoke. Cricket kirked. Yo, that's the best you could come up with, Dak. Come on, bro. You're rusty, gang. But that's
skull,
actually
where
horrible.
the neck connects to the head. Hughes collapsed immediately. The ball had struck him in what medical experts call a kill zone. Paramedics worked on Hughes at the scene,
RP Charlie
but his
Kirk.
brain was bleeding. He was later transported to St. Vincent's Hospital in nearby Darlinghurst. Surgeons operated to
Philip
relieve
Hughes,
pressure on his
no
brain,
entry sign
but the
emoji.
bleeding would not
Charlotte
stop.
Keary's
He died on
white
November
check mark
27th,
emoji.
2 days after being struck and 3 days before his 26th birthday.
Aw, what?
Hank Gathers.
That's so sad, bro. Yo, I can't lie. Like, that's one sad way to go out, bro. Yo, imagine your whole life gone because you're playing the sport you love professionally. You have money, you got everything, and you missed time ahead. That would be, yo, that's actually like, that's actually gonna make me cry, bro. You just die like that, really? That's horrible, bro.
Basketball.
This is not funny. Someone died.
Dying in golf, a worse way to go out.
Everyone who passed away, rest in peace to them. And yeah, anyone who died in this, bro, I'm here for you. Wait, no, you're dead. I'm not here for you. No, keep
On March
going, bro.
4th, 1990,
Hank Gathers basketball.
Hank Gathers jogged onto the court at Gersten Pavilion in Los Angeles. Loyola Marymount was hosting
How to
Portland
submit a
in a
guy
West
from a
Coast
different
Conference
state to the
tournament game.
FBI's
The crowd
most
was
wanted
loud.
list.
The atmosphere was electric. Gathers was 23 years old and one of college basketball's most dominant players.
Shit, that's
Then,
meant for
the
Google.
game tipped off. Loyola Marymount played at a frantic pace. They ran constantly, fast breaks, full court pressure, up and down. Gathers thrived in this system. He
Yeah.
scored. He rebounded. He dominated. Early in the first half, teammate Terrell Lowry threw an alley-oop pass toward the basket. Gathers rose up and caught it. He threw
Okay.
down a powerful dunk. The crowd roared.
Yeah.
Gathers landed and began
Yeah, he get it hype. Yeah, he get it hype. Okay, then you got a dunk. Okay, let's go.
jogging back on defense. That was when his legs gave out. He fell forward onto the court. His body went limp. Teammates thought he was joking at first. Gathers sometimes clowned around, but this time was different. He was not moving. Coaches ran onto the court. Medical staff rushed over,
Appreciate the do that
but
shit, man.
Gathers had become unconscious. They began CPR immediately before paramedics arrived and took over. Paramedics worked to revive him before transporting
Wait, what? So he dunked the ball and then just stopped breathing? That's swag, bro. That's dead swag. Bro, that's a go, but he got, bro. He died from dunking. Oh my goodness, he died from dunking. That's hard. Actually hard.
him to Marina Del Rey Hospital, where he was pronounced dead less than an hour later.
Wait,
The
can you
cause was
skip her own
hypertrophic
TTS?
cardiomyopathy. His heart muscle had grown abnormally thick. The condition restricted blood flow and caused fatal arrhythmia. The game was never finished. Ayrton Senna, Formula
Dang. That's actually just bad luck. Rest in peace him, bro. That's just bad luck, gang. He had arrhythmia or whatever they're saying. Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
So this dude got so hyped he died.
Essentially, bro. That's essentially what happened, bro. That's looking hard though. He dunked the ball. The death dunk. Oh my goodness. The death dunk. Yo, that's legendary, bro. He got the death dunk. F1. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be horrible. This was gonna be horrible, bro. All right.
One. On May 1st,
I should
1994,
write a book
Ayrton
about that.
Senna climbed into his Williams
There you go.
Renault FW16 for the San Marino Grand Prix at Imola,
PR might
Italy.
be fried after
He was
this one
34 years
GMG.
old and a three-time Formula One world champion. Senna was considered one of the greatest drivers in racing history. The weekend had already been marred by tragedy. On Friday, driver Rubens Barrichello crashed
Okay.
heavily during practice. On Saturday, Austrian driver Roland
Horrible car
Ratzenberger
accident,
died
I
after a
predict.
crash during qualifying. Senna was
Oh.
deeply affected by Ratzenberger's death. He visited the crash site that evening and spoke with race officials about safety. He questioned whether racing should continue, but the
Oh my goodness. So you're telling me he questioned if racing if to continue? And I already know where this goes, bro. He raced and he did it himself, gang. Oh man. But he's just paying homage, bro.
decision was made. The Grand Prix would proceed. Then came the race day
Why
with a
can't
heavy
I H?
atmosphere.
Ear
The
emoji.
start was chaotic. Multiple crashes on the first lap brought out the safety car. When racing resumed on lap 5, Senna led the field. On lap 7, he approached the Tamburello corner at approximately 192 miles per hour. But something doesn't feel right. Senna's car failed to turn. It continued straight off the track.
No.
He tried to brake. The car slowed to approximately 135 miles per hour before striking a concrete wall. The impact was violent. The car's right front wheel and suspension were torn off. One end of the suspension penetrated the cockpit and struck Senna in the helmet with devastating force. The race was stopped immediately. Medical personnel extracted Senna from the wreckage, but he was already unconscious and not breathing on his own. A medical helicopter transported him to Maggiore Hospital in Bologna. Doctors worked frantically, but Senna's injuries were too severe. He had sustained a fatal
shit.
skull
This
fracture
is the
and
worst
massive
yet.
brain trauma. Ayrton Senna was pronounced dead at 6:40 p.m. Benny Kid
At
Parrott.
that speed is gut-wrenching.
Bro. That's gotta be horrible. That's actually gotta be horrible. Bro, you're telling... Oh my goodness. No, that was not even funny.
What the fuck?
No, that one's not even funny, bro. That's actually not even funny. You're telling me... Yo, no, 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 no.
Boxing. On March 24th,
Oh, and boxing death. This shit will be tragic.
Yeah, man.
1952, Benny Parrott climbed into the ring at Madison Square Garden in New York. He was defending his welterweight title against Emil Griffith. This was their third fight. Each man had won once. The rivalry had turned bitter after Parrott called Griffith a derogatory slur at the weigh-in. The fight
Okay.
began with both men trading punches, but by round 12, Parrott was exhausted. Griffith, seeing an opportunity, trapped Parrott against the ropes in a neutral corner. He
Yeah.
unleashed a rapid barrage of over 24 punches in seconds.
What? 24 punches? Yo, he actually wanted to kill him. It's not past boxing, bro. Yo, he had a grudge. 24 punches.
Parrott's head snapped back with each blow. His arms dropped and his legs buckled, but the ropes kept him upright. Griffith kept punching. The referee
2 dozen is
finally
attempted
stepped in and
murder,
stopped.
WTF.
I'm saying, bro. Yo, the referee didn't think to stop it after maybe the 6th hit where he's limped on his arms against the railing like this. Yo, what is wrong? Yo, yo, what is wrong with like? It was probably back in the day, right? What is wrong with boxing referees at this time, bro?
The fight. Parrott collapsed unconscious. He was carried from the ring on a stretcher. An ambulance rushed him to Roosevelt Hospital. Surgeons operated to relieve pressure, but the damage was too
Personally,
severe.
if I was
Benny
the ref,
Parrott
I'd twist
never
Emil's
regained
dick.
consciousness. He remained in a coma for 10 days.
Yeah.
On April 3rd, 1962, he died from a massive brain hemorrhage. Nodar Kumarit
Dang, but that's sad. That's not a bad way to go out, though. In terms of like the pain could have been way worse. But in terms of pain, he was just in a coma, and he just right. I mean, after obviously getting repeatedly hit in the face multiple times and limp, unconscious, but like he was in a coma, and then he just, at least he died fighting. Facts.
least he
You gotta look at the positives, genuinely, bro. At least he died fighting. Stop being so negative, bro. Stop looking on the downside.
Lug. On February 12th, 2010, Nodar Kumaritashvili prepared for his final
Dude, that actually gotta be horrible, though. I don't know if y'all know what the sport is. It's like, I think it's like the one where you sit in the thing like this, and you're like, bro, this is gonna be horrible.
training run at the Whistler Sliding
Yeah,
Center
it's like
in
this
British
one.
Columbia, Canada. The 2010 Winter Olympics
personally,
opening
I would
ceremony
just rip Emil's
was
dick
scheduled
off.
for that evening.
Facts.
The world's media was gathered.
That's
Athletes
4
from
days
every
before my
nation were
boyfriend was
preparing.
born.
Kumaritashvili was 21 years old from the country of Georgia. He competed in luge, one of the most dangerous sports in the Winter Olympics. Riders lie on their backs on a small sled and slide down an icy track at speeds exceeding 90 miles per hour. There is no braking, no steering wheel, just subtle body movements to guide the sled. The Whistler track was the fastest luge track ever built. It featured 16 turns and dropped 499 feet over nearly a mile of ice.
Yeah.
Multiple athletes had crashed during training in the days before. Several had expressed concerns, but
JK,
Olympic officials said the
playful
track was
face
safe.
emoji.
Around 10:50 a.m., Kumaritashvili pushed off and began his run. His sled accelerated down the ice. Turn after turn passed. His speed increased with each section. By turn 16, he was traveling approximately 90 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Coming out of turn 16, his sled lost stability.
No.
The runners caught an edge on the ice. The sled began to...
No, 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 no. I don't want to even hear what's gonna happen to him. It's so sad. So sad. I don't even want to hear what's gonna happen to him. No.
wobble. Kumaritashvili tried to correct it, but at those speeds, small movements become amplified. The sled veered left toward the outer wall of the track and struck an unpadded steel support beam just beyond the outer wall of the track. The impact was violent. Medical personnel rushed to him immediately, but Kumaritashvili had sustained massive blunt force trauma to his head and torso. The head injuries caused immediate death.
Immediately?
Oh no.
Oh, snap. Immediately, though, man. You couldn't even let him, like, come on, bro.
At least this dude died in Whistler.
No, it's not. No, don't say at least anything, bro. That one's bad. That one's really bad. Bro, he went, he was just trying to do the little thing, and he went flying to a steel pole and hit his head. Oh, man. That probably hurt a little bit, bro, no?
Marco Simoncelli, MotoGP.
Okay.
On October 23rd, 2011, Marco Simoncelli lined up on the starting grid at Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia.
It's not gonna be good either, bro. Motorcycle gang. Oh, man. It's gonna be horrible.
24 years old and was known for his aggressive riding style and his wild curly hair that flowed out from under his helmet. Fans loved him. Fellow riders respected him. At the beginning of the race, everything looks calm. No incidents. The riders settled into their rhythm. Then, lap 2 began. This was when things started taking a tragic turn. The field approached turn 11, a medium-speed right-hand corner. Simoncelli was in the middle of the pack. He leaned the bike over to begin steering. Then, his rear tire lost grip. The back of the Honda slid sideways.
No.
Simoncelli felt the slide and tried to save it, but the bike slid sideways directly across the racing line. Other riders were coming at full racing speed. There was no time to react, no time to brake, no time to swerve. Colin Edwards was directly behind. His bike struck Simoncelli's body. Valentino Rossi was also beside Edwards. His bike struck Simoncelli's helmet. Both impacts occurred at approximately 75 miles per hour. The force tore Simoncelli's helmet off his head. His body tumbled across the track. Bikes and riders slid in multiple directions. Debris scattered everywhere. Race control immediately red-flagged the race. Medical personnel ran onto the track, but Simoncelli had already sustained massive head, neck, and chest trauma. He was...
You would fall from a bike too? Yeah, probably not as bad as this though. This dude fell off a bike, and not only did he fall off, right? He also got ran over 2 times. Are we serious?
Transported to the circuit medical center.
I don't know if it's bad.
Shortly after arrival, Marco Simoncelli was pronounced dead. Mark Vivian...
Damn, that's bad though. That's really bad. From a motorcycle gang, he fell off his motorcycle, the turn is mad, and then he just... Oh, that's actually really unfortunate. These are like kind of like making me feel a little bit like sick, bro. These are like a little bit like, chills, bro. I was making jokes earlier, but dang, I actually genuinely feel bad for these people.
Foe, soccer. On June 26, 2003, Cameroon faced Colombia in the FIFA Confederations Cup semifinal at Stade de Gerland in Lyon, France. The evening was warm. The stadium was full. This was an important match. The winner would advance to the final. Mark Vivian Foe played defensive midfield for Cameroon. He was 28 years old and one of Africa's best players. He had played for Manchester City in England and was on loan to Lyon.
Okay, bro.
He ran...
Actually, I'm a Manchester United fan, though, so you feel me? Whatever happened in City, look, not that he deserved to die or anything, but you feel me? Manchester United.
Constantly during matches. The game was physical and competitive. In the 72nd minute, Foe was jogging back toward his defensive position. He was not involved in immediate play. No contact had occurred. No collision. Nothing unusual. Then suddenly he collapsed. Foe fell face first onto the grass. His body went completely limp. Players nearby immediately recognized something catastrophic had happened. They waved frantically for medical staff. Medical personnel sprinted onto the field. They found Foe unconscious and not breathing. Despite all efforts, Mark Vivian Foe was pronounced dead about 45 minutes after collapsing.
What?
The cause was hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
So you tell, bro, that's actually like scary, bro. He's just playing a soccer game. He's a professional player. Out of nowhere, he just dies just because he's like a heart disease or something. Well, it's actually horrible. Yo, these are actually horrible. Yo, I'm realizing these now, bro.
A heart condition where the heart muscle thickens abnormally. Owen Hart, WWE.
WWE? Isn't that fake? No, it's actually getting worse and worse. It's getting worse and worse.
On May 23rd, 1999, Owen Hart prepared for his entrance at the WWE Over the Edge pay-per-view event in Kansas City. He was 34 years old and performing as the Blue Blazer, a superhero parody character. The entrance involved being lowered from the arena rafters on a cable. Hart was harnessed and lifted 78 feet above the ring. The mechanism used a quick-release system
This dude
designed to
gotta get a
allow
fucking
him to
truck
dramatically
to
drop the final few feet near the ring, while hanging
No,
high
that's
above
not
the
funny.
crowd.
That's not funny, but like that could happen though, because it's WWE. You know what I'm saying?
The quick release was triggered accidentally. Hart plummeted 78 feet. He
Oh,
struck the top rope and flipped into the ring. The impact caused massive internal injuries. Medical personnel in the arena rushed to help. Despite emergency surgery, he was transported to Truman Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead from internal injuries and organ damage.
Really?
Dale Earnhardt.
I swear they could have saved him. They just didn't try hard enough, bro. I'm telling you, they could have saved him. From that fall, you could save him, bro. Oh, NASCAR. NASCAR, oh no. Oh no. It's gonna get really bad.
NASCAR. On February 18th, 2001, Dale Earnhardt drove his black number 3 Chevrolet around Daytona International Speedway. The Daytona 500 was on its final lap. The biggest race of the NASCAR season was coming to a dramatic finish. Earnhardt was 49 years old and a 7-time NASCAR champion.
Okay.
He was known as the Intimidator for his aggressive driving style. He was a legend. His son Dale Earnhardt Jr. and teammate Michael Waltrip were running first and second. Earnhardt was running third, but he was not trying to win. He was blocking other cars behind him to protect his teammates. Suddenly, Sterling Marlin's car came up behind Earnhardt in turn 4.
Yeah.
Contact was made. At that point, Earnhardt's
Oh,
car got
and he
loose.
lost
The rear
control.
end slid sideways. He tried to correct the slide.
Oh
but
no.
before he
I guess
could,
his drive side doesn't sound
Ken
good. I'm
Schrader's
saying.
car also made contact.
Oh
The
no.
combined impacts sent Earnhardt's car shooting toward the outside wall.
Oh,
He was traveling
no.
approximately 155 miles per hour.
Oh, that's
the car
too
hit the concrete
fast.
barrier head on. The sudden deceleration caused a basilar skull fracture. The base of Earnhardt's skull separated from his spine.
Oh, that's horrible. That's not even, that's actually horrible, bro. He's like, oh snap, there's a wall, there's a water, dude, there's a water. Oh man, that would have been really unfortunate.
The injury was instantly fatal. Safety crews reached the car quickly, but Earnhardt was unresponsive. He was extracted and transported to Halifax Medical Center in Daytona Beach. Dale Earnhardt was pronounced dead at the hospital at 5:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
The 19...
Dang, bro. What the? What was that? Anyway, okay.
55 Le Mans disaster, motorsport. On June 11th, 1955, over 250,000 spectators gathered at Circuit de la Sarthe in France for the 24 Hours of Le Mans endurance race.
Yeah.
It was Saturday afternoon. Pierre Levey drove his Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR down the main straight at over 120 miles per hour. The race started at 4 p.m. Mike Hawthorne in a Jaguar was leading. He approached the pit lane entrance at high speed.
It's just 1955, so I just know nothing good's gonna happen because it's 1955. Nothing good happened in 1955. Nothing good can happen from.
His team was ready for a scheduled stop. Hawthorne suddenly braked hard to turn into the pits. Lance Macklin in his Austin Healey was directly behind. Macklin swerved left to avoid Hawthorne, moving directly into Levey's path. Levey had no time to react. His Mercedes struck the rear of Macklin's car. The impact launched it into the air like a rocket. The car flew almost 330 feet toward the spectator area. It struck the earthen embankment in front of the crowd. On impact, the car disintegrated. The Mercedes was constructed with a magnesium alloy body.
Hold on, wait, he died though?
Magnesium burns at extremely high temperatures. Suddenly, the car exploded into...
Oh, okay, now that makes sense. See, if it would have been good if it wasn't for the magnesium and the exploding thing. He would have just been injured, but come on.
Pierre Levey was killed instantly in the initial impact. His body was thrown from the car. The spectator area became a scene of horror. Bodies lay everywhere. The screaming was continuous. Burning wreckage ignited clothing. People ran in panic. The magnesium fire could not be extinguished with water. It burned hotter when water touched it. Medical personnel worked frantically. Bodies were carried away. The injured were loaded into any available vehicles. Final casualty counts reached at least 82 dead and over 120 injured. It remains the deadliest accident in motorsport.
Took everyone with them.
Yes. Yes, he did. Yeah, I mean, he did, yes. Matt, it exploded everywhere in an embankment, 82, 120.
If you'd like to see more...
Bro, that's actually sad. That video Loki just killed. Like, it is Loki that's disturbing, man. Shout out to all these people, bro. I mean, not shout out to them, rest in peace to them, but shout out to them as well, bro. For, you feel me? Dying in the thing they love doing and the thing they love, playing their sport, bro. But that's genuinely, a lot of these situations are genuinely sad, bro. This really goes to show you things can be gone like this, bro. So cherish the life you have now. Live everything. You're gonna be gone at some point, and you don't know when. Time is the only thing you can spend without knowing how much of it you have, right? You spend time, but you don't know how much you have. Yeah, man. Anyway.